Somehow falling into great wealth is about as likely as Ryan Giggs appearing on Family Fortune, but it doesn't stop us from fantasising about it. What would I do with all that money? Fight world poverty, bribe FIFA to award the next World Cup to the Isle of Man, order a hit on Simon Cowell. Possibilities for universal good are endless. One of the richest men of his generation was a man named Thomas Coutts, who founded the Coutts Bank. And when he died, he passed his entire fortune into the hands of his granddaughter, Angela. Now, in those days, as a woman, if you got married, your money came into the control of your husband, and she understood this. And she understood that many of the suitors who were lining up were only after one thing, or the other thing, her fortune. So she decided to stay single and instead help those around her. In those days, if you were poor, you were left to fend for yourself. There were no hospitals or job centres or schools or houses. Her good friend Charles Dickens, who dedicated the book Martin Chuzzlewit to her, introduced her to East End poverty, and she immediately went to action. Soup kitchens, building projects to house the poor, ragged schools, homes for girls escaping the sex trade with Charles Dickens. Not with him, he hadn't been promising them upcoming roles in his next novel, he helped to fund it. And in an effort to get vendors off the street into a safer, centralised market zone, Columbia Markets, which today is a flower market every Sunday. Unfortunately, these vendors took exception to the rules of having to turn up sober, to avoid spitting and swearing and to be polite at all times, and ended up back on the street. Of course, these days we have bank tellers, but in those days there was just no room for that kind of customer service. Angela Burdett-Coutts' good works weren't just limited to the East End. She helped set up the RSPCA, the NSPCC, funded lifeboats in Brittany, helped the indigenous people of Australia, Borneo, Nigeria, and built a drinking fountain for dogs. The only physical monument still remaining in East London today is this drinking fountain, built to provide drinking water for the surrounding poor. Although I think I'd rather have a go straight from the tap at my local Wetherspoons than get on that thing these days. When she died at the beginning of the 20th century, Angela Burdett-Coutts had given away the majority of her vast fortune, although her life did provide one little twist right at the end. At the age of 67, she eventually gave in to the demands of her fanciers and married a man 30 years her junior. Get it? Some tell tales, others rhyme, but I sing songs from the howling sea.
Upon your heart you promise deeply, sing a sweet romance in foreign tongue, give a flowered speech and blossom beauty, but it all falls flat and withers when you're done. Would you still look sweet on me without a penny, walk 1,000 miles for just a song? Would you smile in times of trial or plenty? Don't hide the truth, it's bitter on your tongue. So you can roll, baby, roll, baby, roll, baby, roll. You can roll, baby, roll, baby, roll, baby, roll. You can roll, baby, roll, baby, roll, baby, roll. 'Cause you don't get now for nothing, and baby, you give nothing at all. Would you have me take your hand and whisper sweet, play that role of bird in gilded cage? If you save the poor themselves, feel for the needy, though feet will save those steps by heaven's grace. So you can roll, baby, roll, baby, roll, baby, roll. You can roll, baby, roll, baby, roll, baby, roll. Roll, baby, roll, baby, roll, baby, roll. 'Cause you don't get now for nothing, and baby, you give nothing at all. Don't fight the wind that blows, wrap the truth in falsehood, hand me a thorny rose. 'Cause baby, you're free to go on your way, you're free to stick to mine, amongst rows of broken houses, streets of broken. You don't get now for nothing, and baby, you give nothing